Welcome to my utter failure of a YouTube channel. That's right. I'm not Simon Whistler, and that's why you're going to watch for 10 seconds and be like, that guy's not Simon Whistler. Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. I'm here to talk down to you. That's all that YouTube is. 50,000 Simon Whistler channels. You know, does anyone else get sick of this? Anyone else get sick of this? And especially if you're a YouTuber yourself and you're putting a lot of work out, you're putting 10, 12 hours a day into work trying to make your channel happen. And all Simon Whistler's got to do is start a new channel and just put his face on it. And it's 1 million views first video. You know, it's something's up with this crap, man. Okay, we are going to talk about the weather. I mean, I don't know why. Why bother if I'm only going to get 200 views instead of the 2,000 or 3,000 I used to often get on weather videos? Is it completely me? Well, people tell me they're not seeing me in their feed anymore. They go to YouTube homepage and it's not there. Why are you punishing me, YouTube? Why are you shadow banning me? I'm putting a lot of effort into this, trying my best. Well, I'm not Simon Whistler. Maybe that's why. Everybody has to be Simon Whistler. Ooh, infographics, war show. There it is. This is bad news.
My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen.
Get on!
Wow. I'll watch the video later.
Feel the heat. 3 more million in water.
They dry mop in this.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe Young Lee. Happy birthday to you.
Anyways, welcome to the failed YouTube channel. Don't bother hitting like, share, and subscribe. It's meaningless. It doesn't do anything. I say that every day, and it's not helping. So do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, man. I don't care what you do. Fuck, whatever. So, yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow. I'm feeling grumpy. I'm also grumpy because they've announced the new Artswell's Festival headline, and I'm not in it, you know? And it's I put 16 years into the festival. I housed hundreds of people in this lodge, you know? And every time I played the festival with my band, I played for fraction of what I would ask anywhere else for compensation. But no, not even contacted, not even talked to. Here's a nice new poster that's got not one person from Wells's name on it. I don't know why, but I'm here, and I'm going to just keep doing what I do anyways, even if it doesn't make any sense, even if it's a form of punishment, even if it's masochism. The thing is, there's a few of you out there who've been supporting me a long time, and it's I can't not produce even when I don't want to, because you've invested in me. So that's the story here, is that you've invested in me. 16 degrees in Campbell River this afternoon. That could be the hot spot, it looks like. Not especially warm in the Caribou. It was only 6.5, 7 degrees at most yesterday here in Wells, despite being sunny all day. 14 in the Alberni, 15 in Tassie. I'm going to get that eventually. As soon as I thought went for it, I was I know how to say it. And then as soon as I said it, I was ah, shit. Ooh, Bella, 17. Maybe they're the warmest today. Or Clem2. Who's going to be the warmest in the province of British Columbia today? Probably one of them guys, I suppose. A little bit chilly still as you go into the southeast. The Rocky Mountains are sitting there. So I guess what that tells you is if you go in the altitude and you're to go up in temperature, here you take the surface and go up 3,000 meters. What are we looking at temperatures? Minus 13 at 3,000 meters. Well, 3,000 meters is still the top of a lot of our mountains. So figure that. That's really interesting. And look how cold it is when you get up to 9,000 meters. I mean, obviously Mount Everest doesn't exist here. 7,000 meters now. You're at over 20,000, 23,000 feet or something like that. And it's minus 36. So when you're looking at this nice sunny weather out there and you're wow, the high pressure, what's going on here? Meanwhile, it's still minus 36 above you, right? So that winter cold is out there, even at 2,000 meters, which is the height of a lot of the mountains nearby here. If you get into the Caribou, it's freezing level in the tall mountains of the Caribou. So okay, that's just to give you kind of an idea of why are the Rockies so cold? Well, that's what we're going to see. And if we were to go into a more detailed modeling here, like the HRDPS, you kind of see a large, the reason why we don't use this one too much is because it's only good for a couple days, but we'll use it here to start at least. And you can see how, at least in the valley bottoms, like, you're golden down to 8 degrees, but as you go up and over the pass, you're coming into those cold mountains. Much more detail on the HRDPS model. I just wish it was longer range. I wish it was like 4 days instead of 2.5 or whatever. But that's what we're looking at today. They don't agree on temperatures. Well, they got Vancouver at 16, Victoria at 16, Campbell River 14. So the Bella Bella 13. So there's a difference there. The HRDPS seems to think that Bella will not be the warmest place in the province. Well, meanwhile, we have a different understanding from ECMWF model, the European model. Okay, high pressure sitting into the province at nighttime. Cool. You can watch that cool air sink down, basically, right? So it's been hiding up at the higher elevations in the mountains and whatnot. Most areas, except for the very low areas in the valleys, are probably going to hit freezing tonight. Maybe Quesnel will avoid it, but if you go to the top of the hill in Quesnel, maybe you might hit it. So something like that. Okay, now we come into Thursday. The April the 17th, the worst day in history. I don't want it to happen. I would rather it just not happen. I don't want to be another year older. I'm not looking forward to it. I got no real plans, and I'm a loser, and I'm sick of everything. Birthday tomorrow. Okay, but you can join me here on the channel nonetheless, because I don't know why, but I'm gonna release this movie, Cut Off Creek, full episode, and I'm hoping 5 people watch it. That'd be awesome, because I put a lot of work into it. Okay, back to looking at the mapping. Oh yeah, Joey's just broken. I'm literally breaking down, friends. I'm literally losing hope. I'm literally losing hope. I'm literally feeling like everything that I was clinging on to is falling apart. 17 in Osoyoos tomorrow. Penticton at 5 p.m. 16. Salmon Arm 16. Kamloops 17. Chilliwack, maybe the warmest at 19, they're saying. Over on the Washington side there, in the Olympics there at Forks, it's at 18. Up the coast, not so much. Into the interior, yes. Look at that warm. Settles into the interior. 15s up and down the Caribou. Nice work. Little cool in the Rockies, of course. And then you come into the Alberta side of the BC and look at 16 in Fontas. Wow, it's so weird to me sometimes how warm it gets up north. It's especially been weird this last little while. Then same thing happens again, but it's not near as cool at night now. You notice that? So same thing happens again. Some of the air descends, kind of sinks down, and the cool air kind of sinks down in those valleys, but not like it did the day before. So 2 degrees overnight in Williams Lake at 1 in the morning. That's nice. Okay, you do get down to almost freezing in Williams Lake, but a lot of places don't, right? So you're seeing that change, that trend. Now, what are we looking at for Friday? Oh, it won't let me look that far into the future yet. Garbage. 2 p.m. on Friday. Starting to warm up good by that point of the afternoon, so we'll get to 5 and stop. Kelowna at 19 on Friday. Really nice. Cooler on the coast because there's a weather change coming. But 20 in Williams Lake, 21 in Kamloops. I think if we just go back a little bit, we see the height of the day, Grand Prairie 19, Dawson 17 on Friday, Fontas 15, Fort Nelson only 9. Quesnel looking nice. Oh, come on. 21 for Williams Lake. That's the garden spot in the province. It could be that Kamloops or Williams Lake steals warmest day. Well, if you had to pick one of those two, who you're going to pick? You're probably going to pick Kamloops because it just makes sense that Kamloops is a very warm place. So it'd be hard to convince me most of the time that Kamloops will take a back seat to our Williams Lake. Now, high pressure is sitting there off the coast. And it's not like we have a real nasty thing coming at us this weekend. It's just that this high pressure is really acting as a conveyor belt. It's a long steering mechanism. Look at the thunderstorm outbreak through the States. I told you that was coming a couple of times, but obviously now we're closer to these dates, and we can see that these severe outbreaks are really putting some meaningful, challenging weather down for people down there. Oh, look at that. So southern BC taking a mix of precip on Saturday morning. Northern BC in the mountains, maybe a little bit of snow in the high country, but probably a lot of rain for anybody who's going to experience it. A little bit of rain in southern British Columbia. Got a little bit of a low trying to form out of what's been fed into us. That'll make a new clipper there in Alberta side. And I wonder what it's going to do really as it gets into the continent and develops. How deep will it dig? Those are severe, some crazy looking storm weather in Texas there. It's a marvelous looking setup. Look how that low is sitting up against the high that's sitting in continentally. It's totally weird. Meanwhile, BC, yes, Sunday morning, same sort of thing, like just back into cooler temperatures, back into more maybe periods of snow in that Revelstoke area in the Rocky Mountains. Could be. I mean, nothing that's going on is completely major, but it's gross. It's gross, especially when you had such a nice day on Friday, and then suddenly you're like 5 degrees on the afternoon Sunday, and maybe snowing in the high country and raining in the low country. It's gross. And okay, look at that low settling in. Okay, we got to take a second and look at this. That is insane. So that's going to be a major storm outbreak. That's going to be tornado central. I mean, look at the temperatures you're working with too. And that's at 6 a.m. So you got the same thing too, where the warmth is all cut off onto the east coast and the cool air is coming down in behind. It's completely weird, completely bizarre setup that we've been seeing a number of times. Look at the heat that's bubbling up though afterwards in the aftermath as that low moves on through. Wham, wham. You got thunderstorms, maybe. Could see a couple flashes of lightning in Alberta on Monday. We're not going to go too deep here, but, maybe some mix of snow in this and that. Well, when's it going to warm up again? That's what I want to know. Because if we're going to have back into shitty weather for a while, how long can that last for? Well, it's not that shitty a weather. It's just April crap. That's all. When do we get back warm, though, man? Holy. No one has a clue yet. So we'll be watching, I guess, in the weeks ahead. Maybe the 26th. You're seeing some 18s there on the board. Then that could be a long period before we're getting back into warm weather. So I don't know. We'll be watching this development of sort of the next pattern change. But it really is kind of cruel, don't you think, to give a guy 21-degree weather and then like a day later have like snowing in the hills around. It's like it's cruel. BC's cruel. Everything's cruel and unusual and mean, and yeah, I love you all too. Oh boy. Yeah, I just felt like saying whatever the hell I wanted today because it doesn't seem to matter, And I'm kind of on the verge of just actually giving up, and that's sad. I know a lot of you have been keeping me for the last year from getting to that point. But, I feel like the slap of the face from the festival here, Artswell's Festival. You can email them if you want and tell them, like, hey, you got a talented musician who was professional, who lived a block away, who's supported your festival for years, and you didn't even do the leadership work to walk out the door and say, hey, Joey, we should repair this. And what's the point? It's like the universe is just fighting you. The universe is fighting you, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to have the belief and hope every day. It's frustrating to get up and take yourself seriously. Like that's the thing is like when I get this little traffic and it's hard to take myself seriously. It's hard when people are like, oh, how you doing? Oh, you're a YouTuber. That's nice. Like, yeah, I know. I'm a fucking loser. It's like that's the difference, and the quality of content I put out too. It's like when the algorithms are feeding views and feeding channel traffic and the money's coming in, it's easy to take yourself seriously. It's easy to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. And instead it's like, well, it's your birthday, you're getting old, you got no retirement to fall on, you still have no career, you're still a fucking loser. And I don't know why I hit that by accident, but thanks everybody for being here. And I don't know what to say. I don't know how to make this change. I don't know how to make YouTube help mid-level content creators. It's like, man, I just needed, if I could get to 10,000 subscribers and have that like I was like 20%, 25% away from being at my goal in terms of you know, the kind of ad revenue you need to survive on. I was so close. I was so close, everybody. And it's like, I'd like to tell you don't give up on your dreams, but maybe sometimes your dreams are killing you and you're and actually an obstacle to success in your life. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.